When I was searching for information for the video, I found a phrase which really left something on me. It is a phrase from Winston Churchill. He said, "We shape our buildings, thereafter they shape us." I think this phrase really encapsulates what environmental psychology is. And to understand it, we need to first see or get a first glance of what it could be.
What is environmental psychology? Environmental psychology examines the relationship under physical environments, including both natural and built spaces. It focuses on how these settings influence human behavior, emotions, and well-being, aiming to enhance our connection with our surroundings.
Environmental psychology then is interested in understanding how the physical things that surround us, either made by man or natural, affects us. But there's a certain remark that we need to do before. We need to understand that it is not only the environment that changes us or affects us. We also affect the environment. We go to a certain place and maybe we need wood, so we chop down some trees and we affect the environment in that way. We live our lives and those lives affect in one way or another the place in which we live or the place in which we are. Then maybe we could say that environmental psychology is the study of the mutual exchanges between us and the environments in our daily lives, may it be in a positive way or in a negative one.
What are its main functions? This discipline analyzes how environment affects in behavior and it collaborates in the designing of spaces that advocate and prioritize well-being. It also promotes sustainable and progressive behavior supporting mental health. It also studies the impact of social interaction and how nature can be therapeutic for people and their own personal little environment.
We also should understand the different places in which environmental psychology is applied.
Environmental psychology is applied in different areas, such as urban planning, architectural and interior designs, healthcare and education settings, and environmental conservation, which collaborate with professionals to create more functional, comfortable, and sustainable spaces.
We have then already identified some functions of environmental psychology. So now, let us imagine some cases for a more illustrative thing. Let us imagine first that a group of psychologists are interested in studying the behavior or the difference in behavior of kids who learn in an inside classroom and those who learn in an outside classroom. They may be interested in measuring the attention of the kids, the comprehension on the topics they were shown. These are things which are affected by their environment, their classroom, the location of this classroom. For a second case, we could imagine that the psychologists are interested instead on differences between the people who live in the city and those who not. Maybe at the end of the research, they will obtain that the people who live in the city are rather more impatient and their lifestyle is faster. These changes and these differences in behavior are based on the place where these people live and the difference between these places. For a final case, let's say that we're interested in the way in which our workplaces change our efficiency at work. Maybe we research the situation and we observe that those workplaces which are more crowded and in which the personal space is less are also less productive than those in which each one have a proper desk and in which they have their own personal space. These changes in the condition of the workplaces also affects the effectivity and the efficiency of those who work in them. So, after understanding the different aspects of what is environmental psychology, I think we can comprehend why that phrase from the beginning really describes the essence of what this subject studies. The phrase from Churchill describes how, yes, we affect the environment. We build the different buildings that are in the cities. We shape them. But also, they shape us. These buildings, these things that we build, these places we live, shape us in different ways. And in some way, we are determined by them. So, the essence of what I think is environmental psychology could have a better phrase really, and that would be: we shape the environment, and thereafter the environment shapes us.